the fastest way to rank up in Modern Warfare. I know you guys were probably expecting this a little while ago from me, but every single year what I like to do is go through and actually find what the fastest way to rank up is, period. Not just guessing, not just random tips on how to rank up faster, but the fastest way to rank up. So what I've been doing over the past couple of days is going through every single game mode, playing a bunch of games, taking my average XP earned based off of the time played, and come up with basically the amount of XP I gain per minute by playing this game. Then on top of that, I take into account different challenges and other ways of ranking up, put those all together, and come up with a strategy for you guys to rank up the fastest. Now, in this game, there's two different ways of ranking up. There's first of all your normal level 1 through 55 ranking up, but once you hit level 55 and get into the officer ranks, there is still the same way of ranking up by simply playing games, but there's also a little bit other tricks you can use to rank up once you've hit level 55 as well. So today's video is going to be a complete guide on the fastest way to rank up within Modern Warfare, and without further ado, let's just dive into it. So aside from just hopping into a game, there are 3 other ways that you can earn XP. First of which is in your barracks going to the different challenges. Your daily challenges are going to reward you a pretty solid amount of XP, ranging from like 2,000 all the way up to 6,000 XP. I recommend every single day when you hop on, this is the very first thing that you do, and make sure that these are completed. After that, the second way of gaining XP is missions. So these are going to take you a little bit longer and don't grant quite as much XP, but what I recommend is just picking one of these that you're going to be able to do relatively easy, and then just plow through these different objectives. Some of them are going to be playing different game modes. For example, this one is for team deathmatch, and on top of that, some of them are using certain equipment or types of weapons. So what I recommend doing is picking one of these and sticking to that type of game mode until you complete it. Now, the third way, and this one isn't nearly as obvious, is actually weapon camos. And the reason why I say this one isn't nearly as obvious is because when you actually go ahead and look at your weapon camos, for the ones that are not unlocked, it doesn't tell you how much XP you get for actually unlocking them. And I tried to kind of figure it out, and it's not a ton of XP, but it's noticeable. And what I recommend doing is going through a bunch of different weapons and just unlocking the early camos. They're easy to get, and they're going to reward you a bunch of XP early on to get you to those higher levels. Now that that's aside, we can jump into the game mode. So starting off with the worst game mode, the mode that you should not play if you are trying to rank up quick. This one kind of surprised me, but it is Team Deathmatch. So in Team Deathmatch, I was getting around 635 XP per minute, which sounds extremely low, but when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense, because in Team Deathmatch, first of all, in this game, most of the maps are pretty large, and I found finding people was probably the most difficult in this game mode because the spawns were the hardest to predict. On top of that, there was no objective to play, and in this game, objectives are huge when it comes to XP, and you're going to find that out more and more the more we talk about these different game modes. But there's no objective to play, so the only way to get XP is by getting kills, and 600 XP per minute is about 6 kills per minute, which is actually relatively decent, because in this game you're going to notice the score that pops up on screen is very close to the actual amount of XP you're getting in game. In previous games it was not like that, simply because in other games score mattered for kill streaks, not for leveling up. In this game it matters much more for leveling up. It is not a 1-to-1 ratio, but it is much closer than in other Call of Duty games. So for the simple fact that the only way to get XP in Team Deathmatch is kills, that is why this mode is so slow. Now there is one way that is worse to level up than this, and that is actually playing SPEC OPS. Now this is new this year that you can level up your character and weapons by playing SPEC OPS, but it is so slow, and if you're trying to rank up fast, I do not recommend it. After playing a bunch of survival and a bunch of different SPEC OPS missions, I was only averaging about 214 XP per minute, which is insanely low. That's like a third of what we were seeing, even less than that in Team Deathmatch. So if you're trying to level up, do not go playing SPEC OPS. That being said, SPEC OPS is still a lot of fun. Now after this, the second slowest mode to level up in, and this one actually kind of shocked me, was Search and Destroy. So for Search and Destroy, I was getting about 712 XP per minute, and I was having decent games. I wasn't going balls to the walls, getting 20 kills a game, but I would say I was up around 7 to 13 kills a game, and I was still only getting 712 XP per minute. That is pretty low for Search and Destroy, considering Search is generally speaking one of the best modes to level up in. But I think there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, moving on to the better game modes to level up in. The third best game mode to level up in is Domination. And Domination is really, really good, especially if you're getting a lot of kill streaks and stuff. The best tip I can give you for playing Domination is capture as many flags as possible, as flag captures give you more experience than just killing people. So in Domination, I was getting about 825 XP per minute, which is pretty solid in getting into the upper end, but it's still not the best. Coming in just a little bit better than that, we have Ground War. And the thing that surprised me about Ground War is I wasn't even doing that good in Ground War. I had one game where I had like 70 kills, but other than that, I would say I was between 30 to 50 kills per game, and I was getting 832 XP per minute, which is just slightly above Domination. But in this game mode, when you get more kills, yes, the games are longer, so you're going to be able to get more kills, and you're going to be able to complete more challenges because you are getting more kills. The best tip I can give you in this one is make sure you're capturing those flags, as once again, they give a ton of XP. Try to get kills while capturing the flag, and play as aggressively as possible. In these games, I wasn't sitting back with a sniper rifle. I was running into their spawn, running into their flags, trying to capture them, trying to get as many kills as possible. So a pretty obvious tip, but play super aggressive, get as many kills as possible, and that's the way to get the most out of Ground War. But in opposition to popular belief, I've heard a ton of people make videos saying Ground War is the fastest way to level up, hands down. It's actually not true. I tested a ton of different game modes, and the #1 mode, by actually quite a landslide, was Cyber Attack. And I think there's a couple of reasons for this, but just first, let me give you the numbers. In Cyber Attack, I was getting 1,093 XP per minute, which is over 300 XP per minute faster than Ground War. And there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, it gives you about the same XP per kill as Search and Destroy, and you get a lot more kills because people can be revived. On top of that, there's objectives in this game, so you get points for planting bombs, and you get points for defusing bombs. You can do that multiple times per round, because when you defuse it, the round doesn't end. On top of that, you can revive teammates, which gives you XP as well. Basically, there's a lot more sources in this game mode to get XP from compared to, let's say, Search and Destroy. And because of that, you get a ton of XP per minute. And this game mode is just an XP farm, if you ask me. But the big caveat to this, and this is when playing any mode, you gotta play the objective. I know this game kind of rewards kill streaks and not going for objectives, but if you want to rank up fast, the objectives are absolutely key. No matter whether you are playing Domination, Ground War, Headquarters, Cyber Attack, Search and Destroy, the key is the objectives. That is where the XP is at. But as far as Cyber Attack goes, it's not alone the fastest way to level up, and let me explain this first. So really, when looking at it, the fastest way to level up is going to be hop in Ground War, complete all of your daily challenges, and even do some missions or level up some camos if you want. But later on, once you have a bunch of missions, all of your challenges actually complete, then you want to hop into Cyber Attack, level up based off of gameplay, because you're not going to have as many challenges to complete, even if it's just based off of weapon camos. We talked about those only give you minimal XP, and then play Cyber Attack and level up that way. Now, there is a little bit of a twist to this, because once you hit those officer ranks, every single time you level up, you're going to be given a new challenge. So the way to do this is level up, figure out what the new challenge is, try to complete it as fast as possible. Generally speaking, if it's like use a certain type of weapon or getting certain type of kills, the fastest way to do that's going to be in Ground War. And then as soon as you complete that challenge, hop back over to Cyber Attack until you level up again and get yourself another challenge. Challenges first, Cyber Attack second. That is the general strategy that is going to let you level up as fast as possible. Now, of course, you got to take the basic tips into account. If you're really bad at Cyber Attack, don't play Cyber Attack. It's going to make you level up slower. Find the game mode that is best for you, the one that you get the most kills in, the one that you do the best in. That is what's going to be what levels you up fastest. But if you're good at every mode, this is what's going to be what's good for you. The other thing I noticed, and I haven't seen anybody talk about this, I do believe that there is bonus XP for winning games. Now, I don't have proof of this. I can't prove it 100%, but it seemed like games where I was getting the exact same amount of kills, if my team won the game, we would be getting more XP at the very end. And what I recommend is trying to win your games as fast as possible, because that XP bonus is going to give you that more XP, and then the faster you get those games complete, the more of that bonus XP you can actually get. Almost every single time that I was winning a cyber attack game 5-0 or 5-1, those were the games that I was getting the most benefit and XP per minute. Not only was I getting the most kills, but I was also getting that bonus XP as well. So those are all of the tips I can give to you as far as fast leveling up goes. Once again, the big tip is complete your challenges first, and once you got a good chunk of them completed, a good chunk of camos completed, then hop over into cyber attack. Once you're on those officer ranks, you're going to want to complete that challenge as fast as possible. Once you level up, complete the next challenge, and then if you have time in between, then hop into cyber attack to level up based off of gameplay. That is the fastest way to level up within Modern Warfare. Hopefully it helped you out. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of my videos. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen!